Hey everybody, welcome to week 7. You made it. This is the last week of our class this summer. I have really had a blast with you guys this summer, and I hope that you have learned a lot and that you've gotten a lot out of this class as well. So we have one more week, and this week is going to feel really, really light and easy. So let's take a look at what's going on. Here's your course schedule. Hopefully you've printed this already and taken a look at what you're going to do. And I just wanted to bring your attention to this beautiful sunrise or sunset. I think it's a sunset because there's a fire. So people usually don't get up and make a fire. But anyway, it's beautiful, and hopefully you can find a lake somewhere and go and watch the sunset this summer and enjoy the rest of your summer that you have after this class is over. So hopefully you've done your course schedule, you've printed it, you're ready to go. Let's take a look at Monday. So on Monday during class, we have a very busy class. So plan on being there for the full 2 hours. We're going to start out by talking about inference a little bit. We're going to talk about this cartoon. We're going to go over any questions you have about the poetry packet that was assigned last week as practice. This did not have a due date except for to bring it finished to class. So if you haven't done it, you need to do it before class. This is just a way to practice thinking inferentially. So to practice inferring, it's training your brain to read the invisible. And so some of them are really quite difficult. Some of them are really easy. And some of them are easy for some people and hard for others because, again, background knowledge is a huge factor in making inferences. So make sure you have your poetry packet finished before class because I'm going to answer any questions and go over anything that's hard. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing with your practice test. So your practice test, I will be answering questions about the practice test. And that was also in your duties for last week. So you should have already printed that out, or if you're just doing it online, that's fine on your computer, but you should have answers for everything on the practice test. You should have marked the things that you got wrong, and you should have questions about where you're confused so you are able to get an A on this test. Okay? So those are the things we're going to discuss with our last unit. Then we have our very last discussion about the absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian. I'm really excited to have that discussion with you. I think our discussions have been really great. Your posts on the discussion board have been wonderful. I've really enjoyed all of the connections that you're making, especially your text to world connections. I'm impressed. So I'm excited to have that discussion. And then for your homework on Monday, you have one thing to do. There is a little essay called The Jacket by Gary Soto. And you're going to be reading and annotating for inference and for figurative language. There's also a little activity sheet at the end of this that you're going to be filling out, and that is your only assignment for Monday. So you're going to be working and practicing with that. That will help you with the test as well. So that is what your Monday will look like. Tuesday, you only have one thing to do on Tuesday as well, and that is a responsive reading. Now, I know we haven't done a full responsive reading for a while, so you're going to probably need to take a look at your procedure packet and just refresh your memory about how to do that. You're going to be handing in your annotations, you're going to be handing in your vocabulary worksheet, and you're going to be writing a reflection paper. And so all of those things will be handed into the assignment folder, and that's due on Wednesday. So this is about Malcolm X. This is an excerpt from his autobiography. It is not long at all, but hopefully you can make some really good connections with the other texts that we've read this semester. So there you go. there is that one assignment for Tuesday. And then, of course, you're going to be studying for your last test, which is on inference, and that is going to happen on Wednesday. So the test will open on Wednesday, and it's the same exact format that we have been doing for the last 3 tests. It will open, it will be timed for 2 hours. After 2 hours, it will shut down and you will not be able to finish. And it's going to close on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. So on Thursday morning at 8 a.m., you're done with this class. I still will be grading. Hopefully, if everything goes the way it's planned, on Thursday I will be able to get everything graded, and your grade for the class will be updated, so you can take a look at that, and then I will be posting that to eServices probably Friday. So keep checking D2L. I do have an engagement that I have to be at 5 o'clock on Thursday, I think. So I think I will probably not be home after 3. So if it's not updated by 3, it probably won't be updated until Friday. So that's just for you. Okay, so this test is going to be just exactly like the others. You had a practice test. We will go through the practice test. This is not a longer test than any others. This is just your Unit 4 test. So expect to have some questions about main idea, expect to have some questions about text structure, expect to have some vocabulary stuff in here, and then expect most of it to be about inference. So if you have questions for me, bring them to class on Monday. If you have questions after Monday, set up a Zoom meeting with me. I'd be happy to go through anything you need. My goal for you is to get an A on this test. All right, so that is that. And then after, then on Thursday, that 8 o'clock will strike, and then the test is over. There will be no wiggle room there, just like, there just won't be. That is it, because I really would like to get everything graded, and so I can be like, check this class off too, right? So 8 o'clock Thursday morning, you're done. And then hopefully on Thursday, I will be done as well. So there you have it. Friday happens and it's summer. So on your Friday, in your Friday folder in content, I have posted a book list. And so you can go and find a book that you might love to read. Go to the beach, go to a pool, go out under a tree. I don't know, find a park, whatever, and just try reading a book for fun. I know that in the past, I've had students who really liked The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and that helped them choose to read another book. And if you would like suggestions from me, oh my gosh, I love talking about books. So please email me, Zoom with me, we can have a conversation. I had somebody last semester who really wanted a good book, so we talked for a while and I suggested a couple for him. He was super excited. It's just really different when you're reading a book for fun than when you're reading a book for a class, because you don't really have to do anything but read the book, right? You just have to sit down and read. And there are books that I do that. In fact, the last book that I read, it was called City Girls. It was by Elizabeth Gilbert. And I just sat down and read the book. I did not have my pencil anywhere near me. I did not write down any quotes. I just sat down and read it. And that's it. Now, I will say that I do have a writer's notebook, and I write in my writer's notebook, and I did write about it, but I certainly didn't pull the book out and do any kind of really academic thinking about it. I was just responding in my head because I was still thinking about it. And that was a choice. Like, that was because I wanted to write about it. It wasn't because I had to hand it in. So when you're reading, you might just sit down and read and get lost in the book. And that's really what my goal was for you to kind of do with the Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian as well. I hope that you had glimmers of that. I know you still had to write your academic letter, and then when we got to in class, we did some close reading exercises. So I know there was some work attached. I hope that you try and find a book that's really interesting, that you would be excited to read, and you just try to read it for fun. Because really, once you do that, anything you are assigned to read is easier, because you know how to get into a book. You know how to enter it. You know how to let it enter your brain in a different way. So that is my wish for you. I hope that you can make that happen for yourself. And if you, like I said, if you want to talk books, I am ready. All right. Well, I've had just a wonderful session with you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful summer. I hope that you get to take a break of some sort, even if you're working full time. I hope that just not having a class lightens your load. And I would love it if I'm on sabbatical this next year, so I won't be at Normandale on any regular basis. But if you're still there a year from now, find me and come and say hi, because once you're my student, you're always my student. So have a really lovely summer, and I will see you in class or in the next presentation.